offense are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded in the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Geis with a carry on second down, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
3rd down.
They'll try and get it with Geis, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
On first down, this is Geis. He's got a first down and then some in midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's Geis. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Haskins looking to throw on first down. On the left side, this is Stills. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
2nd and 2.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Back to the ground game now with Geis. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Ball carrier.
They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Under 10, under 10, 10.
Now a run with Geis, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Makes this Washington 7, Bengals nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. This is Joe Mixon, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st down, Cincinnati.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
The ball carrier.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
3rd down.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against, but you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Washington 7, Bengals nothing.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
18-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends.
Jim. Check 99. Check 31.
They'll run with Geis. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. So you talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
155. Let's go.
They go play action now. Haskins. The throw taken in by Sims. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. He can't hang it. He's not going to get me.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to get that ball to Auden Tate. And that'll bring up second down. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Burrow. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 34-yard line.
And a Bengal first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And Burrow going to throw again. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Thomas Davis on the...
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You got nothing with it. You got nothing. Hey, check right. Watch it, you fine. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
From the gun, it's Haskins. Open man here, Sims complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. This is Geis. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
The line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On play action, Haskins. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit and not go down and fumble the ball.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
27 on the play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mixon on the toss right. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
Stop short of the goal.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. C.J. Uzomah, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This is it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, a full half to be played.
27-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like what...
Touchdown, Washington! Terry McLaurin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown.
Hopkins on for the extra point.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown one play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Burrow. Going deep downfield for Ross. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down.
The 40-yard line.
Now Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Again, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
4 yards on the pickup.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
32-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Darius Phillips on the return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. First down. Here's Burrow. Over the middle, complete to Tate. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
40-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
55. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Silver.
Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Mike. Check 55, Mike. You're not ready. Mike 55.
On 2nd and 12, Haskins. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
A tough spot for Haskins in Washington here. 3rd and long after that last sack.
Mike 55. Right there.
I smell fear in that offense. Mike 55.
Now Haskins. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line.
At their own 44-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Deron Payne. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
It's 2nd down.
some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
56. Mike, 56. Right
Now it's Burrow. And he's going to go down again. Deron Payne in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both 1st and 2nd down.
And it's 3rd down.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Play action. It's Burrow. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down.
For the Bengals.
Here's Kevin Huber now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 36-yard line.
Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Check 55. Mike.
On the ground, it's Geis. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. 30, 10, touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Hopkins with the extra point. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Phillips on the return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
Fuller there on the coverage.
Burrow looking to pass. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tate. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
49-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
On first down, it's Haskins. Forced out to his left. And this is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Geis with a carry on second down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
DJ Reader
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Third down, here's Haskins. Off to Geis on the screen. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensing the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
On first down, this is Geis. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now it's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, D, let's go. Let's get there. Mark 55, Mark 55. He's tired of me.
They go play action with Haskins. And incomplete on the deep ball. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's third down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. unable to connect in that attempt.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Play action. Haskins escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Dustin Hopkins for the Washington field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend the lead out to 24.
31.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. It's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. They find some open field here. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Washington 38, Bengals 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
complete to Auden Tate.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
For Joe Mixon.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And that is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
It's a game
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Daron Payne able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow going deep downfield for Ross. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Joe Mixon, and he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The Bengals on 3rd down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his...
And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
55 is mark, guys, 55. It's coming this way, here we go.
They'll try and burn some clock with Geis. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Mike 55, It's going to be a long...
Geis. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Darius Geis, the ball.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12.
At the 25-yard line.
Check 50, check 50.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Taken down at the 30.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Today's
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring.